Hey, so I just got done with my long run. I just started training for a half marathon and I had a bunch of insights on the trail as usual. I started a series over the winter called Tales from the Trails while I was training for my full marathon. And so I guess you could say this is kind of an extension of that. So I just started training for a half marathon and I did my long run today. And as I was starting out on my run, I was thinking, one of the main reasons that I love training for races is not necessarily for the race itself. I mean, that's just kind of like the icing on the cake. And I mean, as cheesy or cliche as it might sound, it really is about the journey, because when I decide that I'm going to start training for a race, that means that once a week I bring myself out to this gorgeous park and I allow myself to just get lost on the trails. See, by losing myself, I find myself. And that's the same with all of us and with everything in life. Whether you've lost yourself in your work, in your relationship, in the lives of your children, or whether you've found yourself lost in the midst of grief, of a divorce, of losing a job, of losing a loved one. Wherever you find that you may have lost yourself, it's in those moments of getting lost that you truly have the opportunity to find yourself once again. And that's the journey. That really is the journey. And at the end of every run, I find that I found myself again. In yoga, we talk about this as a remembering, that you never really lose yourself. It's just that it may get covered up with life experiences, with conditioned habits and patterns. So in yoga, we talk about this journey as one of remembering who you really are and what's really important to you and what really matters in your life, of remembering your highest self, of remembering your deepest, most innermost truths and wisdom that is always within you. These days, there is so much information out there. I mean, even before 2020, there was like information overload in the world, but this year it feels like it's just gone on a whole different level, right? And so kind of cutting through and filtering through all that information, or rather not even necessarily filtering through it, but just taking those times to really connect with yourself, whether that's through running in the woods like I am, or doing yoga practices or meditations. I mean, these are all simply tools to connect with yourself deeper. These are also tools that I am offering in my 6-week Restore Your Radiance program. Why Restore Your Radiance? That's what this is all about. This journey of remembering who you really are. That is, the reason I decided to call this program Restore Your Radiance is because it's already within you. It's everything that I was just talking about, of just simply finding that again within yourself, of remembering it really. And so the tools that I share in that program are not only all tools that I've used in my own life, in those moments of life where it seems like life has just knocked you to your knees. In those moments of life that I've experienced as well, these are the tools that have helped me. And not only that, but these are tools that are backed by science. These are tools that have stood the test of time, of thousands and thousands of years. And the reason these tools have stood the test of time is because the fact is that everything that you experience, whatever hardships you're facing, we all like to think that we're the only ones going through that, but it's not true. The reason these tools have stood the test of time is because honestly, as humans, we all go through similar experiences or similar emotions related to those experiences over again. And I say that not to diminish what you're going through, not at all. In fact, I say it because of the complete opposite, to let you know that you are not alone and that there are tools and systems that can help you to remember. Just simply to remember and find that place within you of greatest wisdom, greatest peace, and calm. So, again, if any of this is resonating with you, the Restore Your Radiance program, this is the last time I'm offering it in 2020. It starts next week. So if you go to my website, you can fill out a form and schedule an illumination call. And just so you know, I did look at my calendar yesterday, and if you go to my scheduling calendar, you'll see that the first slot is a couple weeks from now. So because the program is starting just next week, I'm willing to shift some things around in my personal schedule to make room for you to do the illumination call if this is something that you are really interested in doing to close out your year. So even if you can't find a date on there, just fill out the form and we will figure something out so that you can get your illumination call next week and so that you can start the program by the following week at the latest. So that's the latest you're going to be able to start it to get it in this year. So, and again, as always, no matter what you decide about the program, I just wanted to really share these insights from my run this morning. And as I've been saying at the end of all of my newsletters, just keep shining, my friend. And if you're not on my newsletter, go ahead and join because I'm always sharing things like this every week. And when I say keep shining, my friend, I don't necessarily mean that you need to be like over the top happy. Goodness knows with the amount of grieving that this year has brought to all of us. When I say keep shining, know that there is a light within you, and all you need to be able to see of that light is even a glimmer, even just a tiny sliver of that light, and that is enough, my dear. So keep shining, my friend. You got this.